Now here's a concept art that I think would have been really good for Ben Affleck's Batman if he had that solo movie. And this one was created by What's going on, Casual Film Peeps? Welcome back to another video. And today we are going to talk about a few concept arts that Ben Affleck's The Batman would have been. And even to this day, just after The Batman from Matt Reeves came out, Robert Pattinson's Batman, I am still wishing and hoping that Ben Affleck's version gets shown in some capacity, whether it's in the movies or in HBO Max, because that tweet from Jay Oliver a while back, after he had read Ben Affleck's script, the script that would have been for his movie that he was going to direct, star in, and wrote, was the best script Jay Oliver ever read. And Jay Oliver, if you don't know, he has directed a lot of the animated versions of the Justice League, and that usually is superior to the DCU movies, even though I personally like the DCEU movies, with Man of Steel being the best of them all, in my opinion. I still think there should be a Man of Steel 2, even with all this news about Ben Affleck possibly coming back, and we're going to talk about all of that in this video. But I still wish and hope someday that a Man of Steel 2 comes out, whether it's directed by Zack Snyder, preferably Zack Snyder, because I really loved his take, but any director will do that is a good director. Not a lot of people obviously like Snyder. I like Snyder, I like his visuals. Yeah, he's not really a deep type storyteller, but there's still elements of that in Man of Steel. And if you just really listen to the movie instead of just like hating it because it's too dark or it's not the Superman that you grew up with or whatever the reason is, there is actually a good story behind all that and meaning as well, without it being political, or too political I should say, because every movie has some political elements in it. Anyway, let's talk about the Batman. As you may or may not know, Ben Affleck was supposed to direct the Batman right after the Justice League, the Justice League version. And that was supposed to be the next movie with Deathstroke in it. Whether Batman and Deathstroke were going to fight, we don't know. All I heard was how good it was. I heard that it's kind of like the Raid, where he fights all the rogues gallery in the Arkham Asylum and works his way up, I don't know, or something about Deathstroke, emphasizing more on his backstory and something about with his kid, and how the Batman was involved in some kind of thing where he maybe killed his kid by accident or something like that, and he's out for revenge. I don't know. There's just a lot of theories on what the storyline was supposed to be, and if you are one that actually knew what it was about, go ahead and share that in the comments below. Would love to hear that storyline. But all I know is Jay Oliver said it was one of the best scripts they ever read. Anyway, let's get right into this video. So Grace Randolph from Beyond the Trailer had mentioned that Ben Affleck is actually thinking about coming back, or more specifically, he's open to the idea. So he doesn't die in the Flash movie, which I don't really know her very well. Is she an entertainment journalist? I'm not sure. But I do know from watching some of her videos that she has some insider scoops, and 90% of the time she is correct. But every time anyone claims that they have seen something or their sources has confirmed this or that, unless it's coming right from the horse's mouth, you know, the director, the actors, reputable websites like Hollywood Reporter, Variety, all those type of sites, until I actually read or see it or hear it from those people, then I take it with a grain of salt. So few tweets that she had sent out states that Ben Affleck is open to coming back, and I'm going to pull up some of them. So this first tweet, you can see that it says here, "You crazy hashtag Snyderverse fans, how you managed to stay alive is incredible. Fire. I now hear hashtag Batfleck does not die in hashtag The Flash. After all, mind blown." All right, at least not the most recent cut. June 2023, and a Discovery merger is a long path indeed. We'll see what happens. Hashtag DCU, hashtag DC. So for one thing, you know, and there's all these delays with DC, and one of the main reasons is the thing still, which I can't believe it's still a thing. But June 2023 for The Flash is just like the third delay it has already, and I can't believe it's another year, a little bit over a year from now before I can finally see this movie and how they are planning on redoing the DCEU, if that's what their plan is or whatever it's about. I'm curious, and I don't know why it's taking so long to just freaking release this movie already. I mean, if Affleck is trying to come back, I mean, he's getting older, so I don't know what their plan is for that. Anyway, if he is coming back based on this tweet alone saying that, hey, he doesn't die. I didn't even know he was going to die in the movie. Again, like I said, if she had posted that a while back, I would still take it with a grain of salt. I would still watch the movie and see that for myself. Turns out, yeah, here's another tweet. It says, it seems he is open to the idea. Wow. So yeah, there you go. According to her, if this is to be believed, Ben Affleck is coming back, or possibly coming back, because back then he was like, I don't want to be Batman anymore. And for a time, it took a little bit for me to actually kind of be supportive of that, because I really liked his rendition of the Batman. But with all that's going on with him, all his background, behind the scenes stuff, his drinking habits, divorce, everything all at once, the way he was treated supposedly, or how his experience was in the Justice League, the one with Josh Whedon, everything all culminated to him just not wanting to be in the Batman anymore. And it's unfortunate because, again, like I said earlier, that would have been a sweet movie, whether he fights Deathstroke or goes through like raid style, fighting all the rogues galleries or whatever it is. I like Ben Affleck as an actor, and then on top of that, even better, a better director. So I was excited when I heard that he was going to direct and star and write the Batman, because he's a freaking Oscar-winning screenwriter, for crying out loud. So, but alas, it didn't happen. So this is great news if it is to be believed. I hope it is true, and we'll just have to see. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a movie, although I would prefer it to be a movie, but a limited series would be even just as good. So now we're going to react to some of the concept art that in Instagram that Keith Christensen, he's credited for this artwork, and I'm actually blown away by these drawings, this digital art that he's provided. And I don't know if he was the main concept artist for DC or he was one of them that they approached, but this was supposedly one of the concept arts for the Batman with Ben Affleck if it was going to happen. So let's take a look at one of them right now. See, as you can see, that's the front side. So it's got a mix of kind of like Christian Bale's Batman with some of the newer Batman in Justice League. Like, it's a blend of that. It's definitely technical looking. I think the modern version of the Batman is going that route no matter what. The Snyderverse is the only one that has deviated from that, and it wasn't even all black. And I think, to me, in my opinion, that's still the best Batman suit live action that I've seen yet. For the longest time, it was Michael Keaton's, and I get what they were going for in that suit with Ben Affleck. So, and then this is the same, like with the shoulder pads especially. To me, it's reminiscent of Christian Bale's Batman. So not bad. That's the front. It's definitely slimmer down than the one from Snyder's BVS, which again to me is still the superior one. But let's open up another one, and you can find all these images in Instagram. Make sure to follow the guy, Keith_Christensen. Go ahead and subscribe. The guy did a great job putting this together. So that's his back, and the cow here, I mean, to me it just looks more like Wolverine, the cow. I think this would be a better Wolverine suit, minus the things in the forearms that Batman has. This could be just very well be a Wolverine suit. So that's the back. And then here's some profiles and headshots of the Batman. He did a pretty good job of kind of making a Batman or Batfleck's face, it's actually pretty good. It is a good, talented artist, man. Like I said, especially in the profile view, you can see how that, to me, looks more like a Wolverine. So that's my only critique with this, aside from being too tactical, because I kind of want to, future movies to deviate from the tactical looking suit, even though I get it, they're trying to be more realistic and yada, 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 but still a comic book movie. So to me, Snyder, that's why I like it so much. It's the closest, in my opinion, to the comic books. But this is actually pretty damn good, and I actually prefer this over Pattinson's suit, the Batman with Robert Pattinson, although his suit was cool too. And I get that's year 2, so it's going to evolve most likely. Is it going to be evolving to something like this, tactical, but more like what we're most familiar with? I don't know. Nevertheless, I like this better. So that's the head, and then this is interesting, and here's another reason why I don't prefer the tactical look, is because look at what they're doing. They're trying to be like Iron Man, in my opinion, the way it's coming off and going in, or however this is going. I'm not sure, but it's definitely feasible. It's practical. but it just reminds me of Iron Man, and Batman's not Iron Man, although they have kind of like similarities in that both of them are billionaires, smart, and have costumes. The only difference is Batman fights better. He knows how to fight, whereas Iron Man, I mean, he kind of relies on the suit. Now here's a concept art that I think would have been really good for Ben Affleck's Batman if he had that solo movie, and this one was created by Goran Bukvik. I don't know. Sorry, guy, if you're listening to this. I don't mean to butcher your name, but you did a great job with this concept art. This is something I think would have been a better evolution from the BVS suit if they were to change that. It's tactical, but also still retains some of that BVS vibes and style, and it definitely shows the older, weary Ben Affleck Batman. And maybe they might still do this. Maybe this is something they will think about doing in the 5-10 years from now, whenever, if it happens, if Ben Affleck does do a Batman. And as you can see, I mean, you got the full white beard, and he's a slimmer Batman still, but to me this is better than the concept art that I just showed you guys. My opinion, again, like I said. But if this one was the new Batman suit, I wouldn't mind at all. And you can tell from the legs as well. Maybe he had some damage there, and he's using the braces there as help. I mean, he's after all an oldie. I think he's 60s, mid 60s here, maybe even pushing 70. But he's the Batman, he won't die. He's a legend. He will never die. But yeah, so yeah, that's all I have for today. That's just wanted to give you guys my reaction and thoughts about what could have been if Ben Affleck continued on with his plans and things were different, I guess, for lack of a better term. But we'll just see, because like I said, according to Grace Randolph, Ben Affleck is open to playing the Cape Crusader again, and I'm excited, I'm hopeful, but most importantly, I hope he does it because he wants to do it, and not because he's been pushed or coerced or influenced by even the fans. As much as the fans are passionate, and yes, there are some toxic ones out there too, but for the most part, I believe they're just really passionate for the Snyderverse, and hopefully one day, we'll get his movie if it will happen, and then hopefully before that, A Man of Steel 2, for crying out loud. Henry Cavill is not getting any younger, and pretty soon he's gonna be just right up there with Ben, and no movie yet. And then when they finally make a movie, it's too long, too late. I just want them to do it already. Of course, with a great script, great story, but make it happen. Come on, Hollywood, make it happen. These movies are gold, and I think you guys will make a lot of money doing it because there's a lot of fans who want to watch that. Just complete the Snyderverse, and then if you guys want to move on. Just complete the Snyderverse. 2 more movies. I'm sneaking A Man of Steel 2 in that regard as well. But yeah, hopefully Ben is really okay with coming back, and hopefully he does come back. But if not, Robert Pattinson was great in the role. The Batman was okay. I still wish that Ben Affleck made this movie, but we'll just have to see. So anyway, that's it for today. Go ahead and smash that like button for me, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and ring all notifications so you do not miss a thing. And until the next video, stay casual.